What's the fastest you've seen someone's life fall apart? My coworker Brandon had everything figured out. Corner office at 32, six-figure salary, engaged to this gorgeous woman named Ashley who worked in marketing downtown. He drove a black BMW with leather seats and wore suits that probably cost more than my monthly rent. The guy was living the dream we all pretended we didn't want. Every single Monday morning he'd come in bragging about his weekend. Vegas trips with bottle service, fancy dinners at places that don't list prices on the menu, concert tickets in the VIP section. He'd flash his Rolex around the break room and talk about his investment portfolio like he was Warren Buffett. The rest of us sitting in our cubicles would just nod and pretend to be impressed while eating our sad desk lunches. Brandon loved having an audience. He needed everyone to know he was winning at life. I remember this one time he spent 20 minutes explaining why my Honda Civic was a waste of money. Said real professionals drive luxury cars. Made me feel about 2 inches tall. Then one random Tuesday morning in March, everything started crumbling. Our boss called him into the main office around 9 a.m. Through the glass walls, we could all see Brandon's face go from confident to completely pale. 10 minutes later, he walked out carrying a cardboard box with his desk stuff. No goodbye speech, no explanation, just this defeated look on his face as he headed for the elevator. We found out later that day he'd been padding his expense reports for almost 2 years, charging personal stuff to the company card, those fancy dinners with Ashley, company money, Vegas trips, company money, even his dry cleaning bills. He'd stolen over $40,000. They fired him immediately. No severance package, no reference letter, just a warning that they could press criminal charges if they felt like it, but that was just day one. The next day, Wednesday, Ashley found out the truth. Apparently Brandon had been lying to her about everything. His savings account was completely empty. That investment portfolio he bragged about, totally made up. He'd been living entirely on credit cards and that stolen expense money. The fancy lifestyle was pure smoke and mirrors, everything fake. Ashley called off the engagement that same afternoon, changed her relationship status on Facebook to single. Everyone we worked with saw it. The comments section was brutal. She kept the engagement ring though, since he technically bought it with stolen money anyway. Can't really argue with that logic. By Thursday morning, Brandon's landlord was calling him non-stop. Turns out he was 3 months behind on rent for that luxury apartment he always bragged about. They started eviction proceedings that afternoon. His BMW got repossessed Friday morning, right there in our office parking lot where everyone could see. Security had to escort the tow truck driver because Brandon completely lost it and tried to physically stop them from taking his car. I watched the whole thing go down from the break room window on the second floor. This guy who'd been on top of the world just 5 days earlier was now screaming at a tow truck driver in a parking lot at 10 a.m. The following week somehow got even worse. His gym membership got canceled for non-payment. His phone service got shut off. Even his fancy coffee subscription box stopped coming. I only know all these details because he started showing up at our office building begging former coworkers for money. Said he just needed a small loan to get back on his feet. Promised he'd pay everyone back double. Nobody gave him a cent. We all remembered too clearly how he'd laughed at us while we brought leftovers for lunch and took the bus to work. Exactly 2 weeks after getting fired, I ran into him at the grocery store. But he wasn't shopping. He was working there, stocking shelves wearing a bright orange vest with a name tag. He saw me walking down the aisle and literally turned around and speed walked the other way. Didn't even try to say hello. Just disappeared behind the cereal boxes. His Instagram account vanished completely. His LinkedIn profile went private. That professional headshot of him in the expensive suit with the Rolex deleted from existence. 3 weeks in, my buddy Derek, who still talks to Ashley, said Brandon moved back in with his parents in Ohio at 32 years old. Had to pack up what little stuff he had left and drive home in a rental car. Lost the six-figure job, lost the fiance, lost the BMW, lost the apartment, lost literally everything that made him feel superior to the rest of us. Ashley's doing great, by the way. She's dating some corporate lawyer now. Posts photos of them traveling to Hawaii and stuff, living her best life. Meanwhile, Brandon's mom posts these sad Facebook updates about him helping around the house and sending out job applications. She calls him her strong boy who's going through a tough time. The absolutely crazy part, the entire collapse took exactly 11 days. From corner office to unemployed, from engaged to single, from luxury car to bus pass, from penthouse apartment to childhood bedroom. 11 days to lose everything he'd spent years building. All because he couldn't stop lying and stealing just to keep up appearances and impress people who didn't even like him. Every time I eat my homemade lunch at my desk now, I think about Brandon's expensive restaurant receipts sitting in some evidence box somewhere.